Hello sailors and welcome back to Portugal. It's a beautiful morning, so hop on board. I'm Faye. This is Rob. And this is Captain Yui, the greatest Welsh Terrier ever.
Buen dia! We have just left, where have we just left?
Peniche.
Peniche. And we're excited. I'm excited. I'm happy. Today's forecasted sea state, 0.8 metre swell. And we're out here and...
It's less than that. The Atlantic is flat.
It's the first day in a while, isn't it?
I feel like the Atlantic heard my moaning and...
It's just saying, right guys, have a few hours and enjoy. Oh, thank God though. I think that sun's right behind us though. 50 miles down to Oeiras. Something like that. Oeiras. Staying there because it's cheaper than Cascais. Cascais wanted €80 a night. I think I've already said this, haven't I?
Possibly.
I think I have. Anyway, don't matter.
There's also the option of anchoring if you feel like it.
The swell forecast, absolutely spot on. Really pleased to say that. However, the wind forecast is wrong. It's been blowing a hoolie all morning, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's literally, I mean, you know, when you wake up in bed before a passage and all you can hear is like the screaming wind through all the rigging and stuff like that, and you think, right, it's going to be a fruity one today. 10 to 18 knots was the forecast, which, I mean, is about as perfect as you can get, really, to be honest with you. It is coming from the northeast, so we're on a broad reach. However, you're telling me there's 18 knots of wind in that head sail? You're telling me there's 10 knots of wind in that head sail? Or 4 knots of apparent, given that way it's speed over ground is 6 knots. There ain't no wind. Weird, it literally stopped. Because we had to do a stern spring to get off the pontoon because we were being blown onto the pontoon that hard, and there were 2 rafted boats in front of us, so we had needed almost a 90-degree angle to get off. Such was the wind, and then we got off the bloody pontoon, and the wind just went. There you go. I can have a rest now. I've made that manoeuvre as difficult as possible.
But we are just south of this great big peninsula, so maybe as we get further south, it might fill in.
Let's hope so.
Find out.
Let's hope so. There's only one way to find out. That's to do it. Couple of hours in, done 12 miles. Been averaging 6 knots. That's just with the Genoa out. We're on a broad reach now, broadly in the right direction, and we should get in about 5 o'clock at this rate. The wind has filled in a tiny bit. I'd say we've got about 10 knots now. Hopefully the further offshore we get, the more it'll fill in. Boat ahead of us, boat behind us, both going faster than us, but kind of don't care. This is a lovely Sunday sail. It's all go on the board. We've got Faye is still editing.
On passage. Yeah.
You're on track.
I am on track. So yeah, right now as we're filming, the book's on pre-order. And it's going to be released December 1st. So I'm just trying to get the first draft or the first edit done as fast as possible to get it out to like my beta readers and proofreaders. Yeah. But by the time this goes on YouTube,
it
might already be out. We'll see.
Yeah, look at little Yui there looking for attention.
I know. She's helping me.
She does help with things.
Are we finding the typos?
She helps with things.
Let's find them.
Hey, so are you enjoying? Well, at least you can edit on this passage.
Oh my goodness, we couldn't even have a cup of tea on passage last time, so this is really nice.
It is. Huzzah. We are halfway through the passage now, and the promised wind is definitely filled in. This is a daily occurrence in Portugal. They say, yeah, windy in the morning, never windy in the morning. I say not, never say never. It is sometimes windy in the morning, but usually it's not. Usually it fills in about now, which is about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But it's here at Plum now. We're doing 7 knots just under the head sail, just under the Genoa. And we're going to be making our way down to a very lovely headland, which will take us east towards Oeiras, whatever how you pronounce it, next to Lisbon. Happy days. So we've got a sail on now, and because the wind's filled in, you don't get as much of a sloppy swell. The sea tends to start going with the wind. Bless me. So yes, this is much more comfortable. I can't believe it's the same day. I can't believe this has all just happened in the last 5 minutes. Can you?
No, but it's very nice.
Lovely. Yes.
Yeah, it's just 100% better than the other day anyway. Like, it's just sunny, there's no fog, you can see where you're going, there's not walls of water heading towards you. This is much better.
See, she said it must be true. Haha. The wind has continued to build. So we're now just under a reefed Genoa, more like a jib now. Still doing 7 knots. The reason for that is there was too much power in the rig. So when you get a gust coming through, the boat tries to round up to the wind. And because we're on a broad reach at the moment, that can actually cause us some issues. So we've depowered the rig by putting some of that sail away, and the boat is responding really very nicely, and we've lost 0.2 of a knot. So always better to err on the side of caution. Been waiting for this all day though. Get a bit of wind with some swell. Oh, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. Get a load of swell without any wind. Bloody nightmare. Yeah, Faye is just now literally standing in the saloon.
Yeah, not holding on.
We were jumping around like 2 pissheads earlier on. So yeah, it's improved a lot. Nice. Just rounded the headland there, Cabo Rosso. Wind still here. This is great. My soul has needed this, I tell you what. What a brilliant afternoon sail. The wind picks up, the whitecaps pick up, but the sea state is actually more comfortable. The boat's more comfortable. We're going faster. We're not using fuel. Oh man, we've missed it. There's a boat going the other way. Oh, unlucky mate. Should have gone this morning. Not a good time to be going north now. We come round Cabo Rosso, and of course the wind is starting to die off a little bit because we're now in the lee of the headland. So put a bit more Genoa out. Still doing 6 knots. So the last 14 miles here should take just a shade over 2 hours. Brilliant, man. Brilliant. Sails like this, you kind of don't want to go in. You just want to stay out. There is a fleet of dinghies out to sea in the Atlantic Ocean. Must be at least 30 or 40 of them. I think this is why the Portuguese are such good sailors, because this is what they're sailing in every week. You know, challenging challenging conditions down the coast of Portugal, it really is. And to be out there in a dinghy, I mean, it must be exhilarating and scary at the same time. But iron sharpens iron, and this sea is definitely iron, and that's why the Portuguese always do well, I think. Fair play to them. Look at the little offshore they are.
Yeah.
That's just incredible. I mean, we used to sail dinghies in the Tyne harbour, and that felt like we were out at sea. You know, that is. We're in the Atlantic, like a mile, 2 miles offshore. Insane.
So someone's just put out a pan. They're about an hour away from us, though.
They're an hour behind us. There's several other vessels that are closer, and 2 of them are assisting, and it sounds like the Portuguese are.
Our MMSI number is 2.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a vessel lost its steering. Don't think it's Oga related. It didn't say. About an hour behind us. It's a well-populated area today, so there's a lot of boats around. They got an immediate response by sounded like from the Portuguese authorities. So good luck, sailing vessel Hibernian. What a crap day that's turned out to be, eh? At least you're. They are a little bit offshore, and I was having a discussion with a German guy this morning about things that just stopped working, and he lost his propeller coming into berth yesterday, in fact. No forward, no reverse. And he was saying to me, you know, like over the years of sailing, you know, he tells people, you know, don't put your sails down next to rocks, and you know, don't just assume that your engine's going to take you through like little tricky bits, like, you know, on the chart and stuff like that. Always play it safe. Your stuff can break at any time, and certainly we've had a few things break at non-choice moments as well, and it's a good job he's got some sea room there to play with, and rather than just being right on the cape, you know.
Up here was interesting. The wind really picked up in like the estuary coming in towards Lisbon. Oh, okay. And then there's like tide, like cross tides just outside the marina entrance. Tried to get the GoPro to film it, but for some reason it stopped after 30 seconds. Very annoying, but we managed to get in okay in the end with the help of some people pushing us back off the pontoon. We're just going to try and help this next boat come in, and then get Yui walked and get some grub. I have a cocktail. I have a burger. Very happy. You seem a bit too happy.
I'm happy. Today was a spicy one.
It was a bit crazy at the end there.
It's the morning after the night before. And well, bloody hell, coming into Oeiras was fruity. Might have overlooked the fact that we're on a spring tide coming into Lisbon, and it's a major estuary. We had 4 knots of tide coming against us. So the last mile took a while. We were only making 2 knots. And then it was a tight turn round the corner to come through a narrow entrance into the harbour. And there was overfalls on the outside. I haven't seen overfalls in ages. That 4 knot tide was in danger of taking us into the rocks. When I turned side onto it, it felt horrible. So I had to turn to starboard again and just try and create more room. Rather than just try and make a run for it. It was too dangerous. It was the right decision though, because it was blowing at least 25 knots as well as the 4 knot tide, all going in the same direction. Then came into the marina, didn't know where we were going, didn't know where the berth was, no map, no layout, no help, no one to support. So we were on our own again. managed to, I found a berth and I was like, right, I'm going in that one. And I got into it and it was the right one. I mean, the chances of that. But it was, my heart rate must have been about 160. But we got in without any scrapes. And there we are in lovely, just outside of Lisbon. A 30-degree day today in September. Just gonna go and do some washing. Go to the supermarket. Happy days. Yui, you made a little bed in my feet. How's this weather? Yui. 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 Ignorant bear.
Arc 2014, Arc Portugal 22, Arc 2013, 2018, 2018. All along this this pier, this harbour wall, there's murals, artwork of boats that have done the Portuguese arc. But there's one in particular that I want to draw your attention to. It's this one, Fair Isle Arc 2019. Fair Isle have a YouTube channel and it's one of the ones that Rob and I used to watch, and I remember them painting this mural in one of the episodes. Yeah, and it's channels like Fair Isle, the Sailing Brothers, Florence, ones that really inspired Rob and I to do this. Did they inspire us, or do I just hold them accountable? So when I think of all the craziness of what we decided to do, to quit our jobs, to buy a boat, and now we're in Portugal, having gone through ridiculous swell in Spain and all the way down this coast, and now Yui is Portuguese, for goodness sake. It's all YouTube's fault. So yeah, those channels, Florence, Fair Isle, the Sailing Brothers, it's all your fault that I'm stood here in the sunshine with my dog, wondering whether we leave tomorrow or the day after, because there was an orca attack exactly on the route that we were going to be taking tomorrow. So first things first, we will be taking a more inshore passage than we were actually planning. We were a little bit getting a bit complacent. We were like, there hasn't been any attacks down here for over a month. Maybe we just go the faster route. We will not be going the faster route. We will be going inshore, and it's going to add many hours to the journey, but we would be idiots not to. I don't know if this is going to show up, but there are thousands of tiny jellyfish in here. I'm going to try and see if I can get the right light. Don't disappoint the dog. Thanks for joining us again, sailors, and come back next week when things don't go quite as smoothly.
Wow, you can hear smell the fumes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you can. Oh my goodness. Ah.
Jesus Christ.
That is a warship. Okay, things we did wrong today.
Things that make you go,
Like, comment, share and subscribe. And as always, my friends, fair winds.